So we're back with our summer edition of the Rock Behind the Roll after the best part of a 6-month hiatus, which is purely down to my selfishness and me doing things in my life, unfortunately. But I know some of you have asked how Mum is and things like that. So yeah, Mum, do you want to give people a little update on how you are, where you at? You've been pandemic proof, haven't you? So
Well, it's a bit like when you talk to somebody who went through the war, and they used to say things like, "We had a good war." And I
right,
feel I've had a good pandemic.
you've had a good pandemic. Oh Christ.
I've,
Okay, well we're not out yet, so let's hope it stays good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty good for me.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, it's that sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? But
Well, I mean, I've seen more of my family than I have for years.
yeah,
You know, and it's great.
good. And we swapped the roaring fire for the back garden,
Yeah, loving it.
which is looking good, I must add. Dog, got the dog.
Yeah,
Grass is cut. Laris, big shout out.
yeah.
So and yeah, and you got some new members in the duck pen, haven't you? I think, and
Yeah, the chooks
the chooks and the birds are noisy. So yeah, that's summer's evening.
and the goats are quiet.
Oh yeah, thank God. Let's keep them that way.
Yeah, they might chirp up in a minute.
So what we're going to do is, because we kind of lost track of where we were just going to start this one how we started the series, and we're just going to have a nice funny little story out, aren't we, Mother? So
Yeah, I'm really having fresh ideas about anything,
yeah,
so I can always go back to random parts.
you round apart. So what we're going to do is you're going to tell the story about the phone box incident, which you have told me the story once,
Yeah.
which I thought was brilliant. So I think let's go with that.
Okay, so one Christmas, many moons ago, it was, round about Christmas time, because it was snowing. It was a big snow.
That's when
We
it
had
snowed at Christmas, right?
a lot of snow.
Yeah.
It's around, I automatically think Christmas, but it would have been around about that time. And Eric decided he was going to come down for a few days. That was all good, but the snow kept coming and the roads got pretty tricky, and the drifting was quite impressive. So he manages to get as far as Lytham, which is just the other side of Bishop's Castle, but we are actually on the other side of Bishop's Castle, the one,
So where were you living?
well, we were at Fishpool.
So this is Fishpool. Okay, yeah.
This is Fishpool. So say Lytham is what, five miles?
Yeah, probably
Something like that,
5-6
not
miles.
awfully far.
Yeah.
So he gets in the phone box and phones us up to say, well, I'm not sure where I am. So Ronnie says, well, have a look. He said, well, everything's white. So he said, but there's a sign. He described one or two things, and Ronnie said, oh, that's definitely Lytham. He said, you'll have to come and get me. I said, okay, we'll be on our way in a minute. Don't panic, stay where you are. Like he's going to go anywhere.
Getting out of Fishpool would have been interesting.
It was, but he had his Tonka toy, didn't he? He had the motor that Eric bought him, the Toyota.
Oh, Eric's flamboyant gift he
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
him come in handy.
I
Yeah,
know.
'cause he bought him a pickup, didn't he? Yeah, right.
Got me a toaster,
Yeah.
bastard. Anyway, so yeah, well, we get there reasonably well,
Yeah.
and we see the phone box, which is really steamed up, and there's this little hand trying to keep one of the panes clear so he can peer out.
No queue for the phone box that night, luckily.
No keys to the phone box, so we get out the motor and go to open the phone box. Unfortunately, it's frozen up. You can't actually get into the phone box. So Eric starts to lose the head now. Now, what the fuck are you doing? Get me out of here. And he's going, well, hang on a minute, we got a problem. He said, how are we going to get you out? I said, well, the only thing I've ever heard about, I said, I seem to recall something that somebody got iced in somewhere, and they reckoned if they sort of pissed up against it, it would open. So I said, no sweat there. I'm going to piss up the side of the phone box, right, mate? No, you fucking ain't. So it's up to you. He said, bear with me, I'll have to have a bit more to drink. So he gets out his brandy, whatever he's got. Has a good glug, which is really winding Eric up, because he could really murder a drink. He wouldn't care what it was.
Yeah.
Ron is going down the logical path of the more liquid and the more, you know.
And the more brandy I drink.
So he does. He manages to pee up against the door of the phone box, which isn't quite enough.
Oh God.
So,
I don't remember this bit.
so
More brandy?
I think in the end he actually used the brandy. I mean, he clearly had yet more inside of him, because you had to have this. It had to be, you know, warm
Yes.
to get through the eyes.
Yes.
But anyway, finally we released him out the phone box. And he was so hapless. He was absolutely livid, because as far as he was concerned, Ronnie had pissed on him. He seemed to have forgotten the entire
Motive.
operation was to actually lose him out. But yeah, it was very funny.
He
They
wasn't.
had that kind of relationship.
He wasn't very impressed.
But he did laugh about it when we got back.
I was going to say, you managed to safely and successfully get back.
Oh yes, it's called, you know, I don't say teachers that for the Duke of Edinburgh's award scheme, but they bloody well should.
Really?
Because it really comes in handy. Yeah, well, I mean, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not as though you can get a knife out. It has to be something, you know, to actually melt the ice.
Yeah.
So everybody feel free to Google it.
Yeah.
I'd be intrigued to know what they suggest.
De-icer, I think, mainly nowadays.
I don't think we ever had anything like de-icer.
So how
I'd
was he?
laugh if we actually did have it in the motor. That would be fun.
How was Eric travelling then? When he travelled up from London, did he?
Yeah.
Or, so what did he do?
Sorry. Well, he must. I've often thought.
He must have. He wasn't driving, was he? Otherwise.
Well, I'm thinking. Well, who the hell was driving? Because I seem to remember that we picked him up.
Yeah. Must
and
have had a train or something, and then
Patty,
no.
so maybe he'd left the drivers somewhere else and gone off to search for it. I don't know. I really don't. I don't remember that bit. This is quite funny. I've often thought.
How did
How
he get
did he
to that
get there?
phone box? What when was the last time you probably saw him, do you think?
Oh, years ago. 79. Reuben was born.
Yeah.
And then we had the christening because Eric was Reuben's godfather.
Yeah.
So I'd say, oh, and then he came to my divorce party,
Oh, lovely.
my freedom celebration at Riverdale Road,
Mm.
and that was the last time I saw him. So that would have been 81.
Oh, so it's been a while.
I've heard from him and stuff, but I haven't actually seen him.
Yeah, he wasn't at any of those London gigs we went to, was he? I don't think. I
No.
don't remember seeing him there.
No, he wasn't. Well, he calmed down a lot after that.
I think everyone needed to calm down, Mother, including yourself.
But I did find him very funny. I mean, I know that he sort of feels sort of embarrassed or ashamed of the stuff that went on, but there were some classic moments. And I always thought he was absolutely lovely. I
Yeah.
was very fond of him.
Yeah.
And Ronnie was, you know,
Yeah.
they were sort of blood brothers.
Oh,
And
well,
they were
yeah.
very similar.
Well, clearly with the antics you've told
Oh,
us
yeah.
about.
I mean, it was just two people that shouldn't really be allowed to play out. But
Don't-
by God, there's some fun when
Don't
they
let
do.
them hang out.
And I'm glad they did it.
Yeah.
You know, everyone sort of moved on and got whatever ultimately they wanted. So
Yeah.
you can't look at your past and regret it. I mean, it's all part of you.
I think it's fitting at the time, isn't it? You're allowed to do silly
Absolutely.
stuff when you're younger.
There was
As long as you're not hurting anybody.
Well, there was an essence of sort of good, clean fun.
Yeah,
I mean, it did get out of hand sometimes, but not to. Well, my experience was never to the detriment of anyone else.
well, that's
Unless you really didn't have a sense of humour, and then you just. That was tough. Wasn't it?
yeah. If you're easily offended, you may not want to sit
I
this
don't
one in.
think we'd survive in the world as it is now.
No, definitely not.
I don't think we'd ever be woke. I mean, even the word is ridiculous. Never mind what it stands for. It's like being Bob, isn't it? Boring old bastard.
Is that right? Apologise to anyone called Bob.
Yeah, that was a bit sweeping, wasn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Just fell in there. Good.
Putting it out there.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Just thought we'd get a nice little anecdote, I think, because it's
Yeah.
been a while. But everything's all right, isn't it? And we will. It's not easy to try and squeeze in these little sessions anymore, is it? But we'll.
Well, the best thing to do is do it on the hop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just sit down and
Yeah.
I could do with my memory being sort of jolty
Yeah.
because it gets longer and longer.
Yeah.
I mean, it was such a long time ago. Certain memories are very clear,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I just really like anecdotes because it shows people for who they are, not
Yeah.
kind of what they are perceived to be, but you know, there's not much between us all really except a sense of humour. And those, I
Absolutely.
think is what makes the difference.
Yeah. Oh, too right. Without a doubt.
And I always say this as, you know, I think Eric has a lot of things to be proud of, and I don't think he used to dwell on, you know, mishaps and what have you. Or maybe I'm just don't suffer guilt from in my previous antics.
Doesn't sound like a bad thing at all.
Not really. Not if
I
you're
could
not-
probably take something from that myself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Wise words, mother.
Yeah, do for me.